So I think that's... Oh, there's the eerie cavern. Welcome back, everybody. It's Fat Rogue Sarenixen, and we're playing some more Hellenica. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, show your support by booming on that like button. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. You get to get the ba-boom, the double boom on that subscribe button. That's the best kind. That's right. Alright, so let's jump in this Hellenica. As you can tell, we're in a new place. I actually went ahead and got through these pieces since the last time we played, so you guys wouldn't have to suffer through them. And we're in a totally new area called Hades. We're automatically offered this option, it seems, to go talk to Socrates. This is a question mark. I assume that we can unlock it by talking to these lovely people. So let's start off with, let's talk to Leonidas. Well met, Spartan. You enter Hades bearing your shield. You must have died a warrior's death protecting these helpless women. Oh, uh-oh. ... I am pledged to protect them, but... Grr. Not that she needs it. She's hardly a woman at all. I mean, I think we should go. You're right. There's not enough time in the world to beat brass heads every time they say something ignorant. Diona, you should be more respectful. This is... Ha! She has spirit. With 50 like her guarding the goat path, I might have held Thermopylae against Xerxes. Wait, a Spartan king that fell fighting Xerxes at the hot gates? You're... Oh, wow. King Leonidas, the greatest warrior of Spartan history. For 3 days, he led 300 Spartans to hold the pass of Thermopylae against the innumerable hordes of King Xerxes. His sacrifice and bravery inspired all of Greece, and soon afterwards we rose to drive Persia from our shores. Let me move my mouse out of the way. So he's a great big brass-head hero, but he's not who we're looking for. It's more than that, Diona. If Xerxes had been successful in that invasion, all of Greece would be part of the Persian Empire now. And if we can't learn more about Xerxes, Greece might fall into Persian clutches anyway. While even one Spartan holds a spear, the Persians do not threaten Greece. Sparta is... It's complicated, you see. Your home has descended into a bloody civil war because some rebels are steadfastly opposed to the king's changing of tradition. What traditions are, it doesn't matter. A Spartan's loyalty is to his king. Is that how you and your companions died, fighting the rebels? No, I was shipwrecked and then turned into a turtle. Why were you so far from Sparta in her hour of need? Great King Leonidas, my shame is greater than you can imagine, but I was fleeing Sparta, pursued by King Azelia's guards. I was assigned to protect General Lysander, and after he was murdered, I had no way to prove my innocence, and no one believed me. So rather than face execution for a crime I did not commit, I ran. I don't know where I'm going or what I can do to help my country. Why were they so convinced it was you? No one else has access to these chambers, and the headless body they found certainly didn't. I don't know how it happened. Maybe they picked the lock or used witchcraft too. Soldier, I believe you. If you were a coward, you would have dropped your shield and fled, but you kept it with you. Why? I couldn't abandon my shield, because you're a Spartan, and a Spartan would rather die than lose his honor. But you're afraid. I'm sorry. I know a Spartan should know no fear, but whoever told you that never had 1,000 Persian arrows raining down on him? The coward fights only those who do not fear. A true Spartan faces his death, shouts in defiance, and strikes that much harder. But a true Spartan, a murderer stalks our city streets, and no one to save you know it, and none save you know it. Sparta needs you, even if you are afraid. But what if I'm caught and killed? My efforts would be meaningless. Look around you, Brasidas. Rich and poor, fools and wise men are equal in death. This is your future. Your only choice is whether you will join us, a coward, or as a Spartan. I understand. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. She came out of nowhere, as silent and deadly as nightfall. She didn't stand a chance. She must have been human. The gods wouldn't send a spirit to oppose us, but how could she have snuck up on all three of us? She was waiting for us. Somehow she must have known. What, were you... Speak of how you died, spirit. My companion wishes to know. Were you slaughtered by bandits? Did a vile temptress end your life? Brass. No temptress. I hardly saw her before I felt her knife. She must have been one of the Theban shadows. The Theban what? The shadows. We heard the rumors that the Thebes was protected by an invisible web of spies that only appears after they've caught you. But we thought it was just propaganda. She slew my companions and me in the blink of an eye, though I can't imagine those dark cold eyes blinking. She knew about the bomb, and since she hasn't joined us in Hades, she must have known how to disarm it. But how? I was told there was no way to, and even the pirate that delivered it couldn't have known when we would. Well, whatsoever she was, she's on the wrong side of the hammer of history. One way or another, Thebes will be brought to ruin for its steam-loving ways. A reckoning is coming for her and all the other cog monkeys. Let me make sure I got nothing to click here. Okay. Darius. In life, I was the king of a prosperous empire and ruled over my subjects with justice. Yet for all my wisdom, I was blind to the threat that had taken root within my very palace, within my own son. How could I have been so blind to the darkness growing inside him? My eldest son had always been possessed of a brooding nature, a vindictiveness to those he felt had wronged him. But with fatherly affection, I forgave him and convinced myself his actions were just youthful indiscretions. All children are fraught with flaws that would ill suit a leader. I hoped he would grow out of them. A wolf will never be a sheepdog, no matter the shepherd's wishes. No, the more responsibility I gave him, the more callous and tyrannical he became. He ignored or threatened those who sought to advise him, and was openly ruthless towards any who he imagined opposed him. It wasn't until he slaughtered the magicians, the Magians. I think we left a couple letters out right here. It should be magicians. Or it could be Magians. Maybe I've been reading it wrong this whole time. The Magians and extinguished their sacred flame that I realized that my son was not a man, he was a monster. And yet, even as I decided to relieve him of his birthright and pass the throne instead to his younger brother, I made one last fatal error. The night before the new crown prince was to be announced, I called my son into my chambers in private to inform him of my decisions. He flew into a rage and slaughtered my guards, and then he turned on me. And then what? You were telling my companion a story. Don't stop halfway through. It's okay, Brass. We shouldn't make him relive those moments. Looking back, there were so many points at which I could have stopped him, but didn't. And now I'm doomed to spend eternity here in this gloom, wondering what horrors he's inflicted on our empire, and possibly even the world. So you're Darius, Artaxerxes' father? Darius, your fears are coming to pass. Artaxerxes has become a cruel tyrant who rules Persia by fear and seeks to strangle the whole world in his iron fist. This is my fault. If only I'd acted on my doubts sooner. Then help us now. There's still time to stop him before he spreads his cruel tyranny to the world of the Mediterranean. We're not dead seeking to fight your son's tyranny. We made the perilous journey to Hades to find you. Help us. Tell us how we can overcome the powers of your treasonous son wields. Artaxerxes, my son, always had a brooding nature, but it wasn't until he found that twisted staff that he became truly wicked. What do you mean, what staff? It was a gnarled rod of ironwood, carved in such a fashion that at times it seemed a snake, slithering in my son's hands. Along its top were crudely scrawled symbols that communicated nothing to me except for the anger and savageness with which they were carved. What do the symbols mean? None of my scholars could read them, and Artaxerxes would sneer and say they were ancient secrets, not meant for lesser minds. He sounds like a real charmer. Then the accidents began. His sparring partner was trampled to death by a horse. His tutor mysteriously fell from a balcony. A servant who spilled soup on him was found drowned in the middle of her second-story room. Fearing for my family's safety, I ordered a full investigation, and then when Artaxerxes claimed he overheard 2 men plotting our deaths, I had them executed, ignoring their protest of innocence. The accident stopped, though I now realize what was likely because Artaxerxes began going on more excursions. He always carried that monstrosity of a staff with him. I once suggested he was growing too old for it, and we should replace it with a golden staff, more befitting a prince. He made no reply, only glowered at me in silence. Though it was not until the night of my death that I knew the full extent of that wicked staff's powers. Artaxerxes burst into my chambers with eyes so black they swallowed the torchlight. His voice was nearly beyond recognition, jagged and hoarse, like the wind screaming through the trees of an ancient forest. My guards reached for their weapons, only to be smashed helplessly against the walls as if hurled by Cyclops. And when Artaxerxes turned his weapon to me, it wasn't my son's face I saw. It was something older, a visage of hatred glaring out at me from a time beyond memory, hungering for the earth to be hers again. We've learned what we needed to about Artaxerxes. Now to find a way out of here. I'm clicking the button. I hope it didn't lock up. Oh, great. How do we get out of here? Alright. So I think that's... Oh, there's the eerie cavern. This path seems to lead upward. Do you think it's the way out, Diana? The path will take you to the surface, but not without some nasty surprises. Allow me to advise you on the proper path. Who are you? In life, I was Atreus, an ancient Greek king who killed his brother's sons and tricked him into eating their flesh. Tricked him. Oh, wow. But I might relive it briefly here by directing your return to the surface. Atreus, I remember hearing that name somewhere. How would you have us leave this place? The first thing you'll want to do is, Atreus gives the party directions. New path unlocked. Alright. Now, this is the other story. That is probably the wrong way. But let's go this way. We haven't been this way. I don't trust the spirit. I mean, he tricked his brother into eating his own flesh. So, and then this might open a new area. So let's go this way. Now I remember, Atreus was a wicked king of Mycenae. He did some pretty bad things. I'm glad we didn't take his advice. But what if we get lost? Pray to Hermes that doesn't happen. Look, stars, we've made it back to the surface. Praise the gods, I thought I would never breathe the surface air again. Now, where are we? Well, judging from the stars and the way the wind is blowing, I'm not really sure where we are. So you're saying you're lost? That's funny. I feel as though I'm exactly where my destiny was leading me. That's what I figured. Who are you? What are you doing in the middle of the woods at night? My name is Skylax, and I'm here because the destiny of a wanderer rarely flows down well-traveled paths. So you decide to ignore the road and travel at night. How does that have anything to do with your destiny? Well, I happened upon a rather interesting group of travelers, haven't I? A lone Spartan, a girl with an intricate theomechanical weapon, and those furs. Are you an Arctos? You look like you've seen a ghost. Nothing, but perhaps there's even more to our chance meeting than I guess. What's brought you here? Oh, we just learned the Persian king is an evil demigod who's planning on using his powers to bring ruin to Greece and maybe even destroy Olympus itself. Now we're just trying to get back to civilization. Ah, yes. Well, Athens is nearby, but the path can be hard to find at night. Allow me to lead you there. Skylax has joined the party. What's up, Skylax? So what were things like in Persia? What? Your name Skylax is Persian, right? Persia may be my birthplace, but it's not my home. I am a Magian. That sounds like a type of Persian barbarian to me. Nepheli, why don't you tell us what that means? Oh, of course. She thinks I'm useful after all. I'm not an expert on Persian history, but I think the Magians were a religious group that Artaxerxes suppressed. This was around the time he declared himself God King and started reforming Persian religion. Yeah, we know about all this part, so we'll skip through it. I don't suppose you got new information. 13 years since we parted ways. I've learned several places it's not. Oh, so he's still looking for the fire. And it looks like we've been attacked. Defeat all the bands. Finish 2 enemies with Skylax. Let's start. And we got a bear off the bat. Alright, it's been almost since I've done any battle. This will be fun. Alright, so you right off the bat need to run to here. And let's go ahead and shoot this guy right here. Oh, you can't reach him. Well, that's some bull malarkey. No, I don't want it up there. Can he shoot you there? Yeah, we can shoot you there. There we go. We'll do that. You go here and attack this guy. You go here and attack this guy. You go here and attack this guy. Boo! Yeah, this is a lot of bad guys. I'm kind of worried. Boom. That's what I'm saying. Here we go. Oh no, they got on their girl. Dirty, dirty punks. Alright. Let's see. You go here. What happens if you do this? I don't want to waste that on you. So let's do that. You come to here. And do this one. No. Let's get rid of this little pipsqueak. You go here and attack this guy right here. Boom. And you, my good man, you come here and attack this dude. What is this? Challenge. Oh, you pull him to you. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. We got some taunt. I forgot about taunt. Boom. I always got 1 hit point. You're out of here. Boom. That little dude's almost beat up. That's no good. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ow! Let's get rid of this guy. You cauterize yourself. You attack this guy. You. I need you to run as far as you can run. And I need you to attack 27, 54. Let's attack this guy. Boom. Boom. Out of here. He's going after Skylax, no doubt. Oh, no. Oh, we're falling apart. Ooh. Now I'm angry. I'm going to backstab you right in the back. How you like that? And he's going to stab you right here in the neck. He's going to stab you in the neck with his spear. Take that. Boom. Out of here, dog face. Well, they kind of do look like dogs. I'm just saying. Boom. 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 You. Let's see. Let's go back here. Backstab you. And then hit okay. That should be 33. And then we'll go here. And hit you here. Like this. To make sure you're gone. Make sure you're gone. Oh, it was only 15. Oh. You've had it next round, dude. I'm gonna mess you up. Ow. 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 That was almost too close. See, now you've messed up, see. Actually, can we move anywhere? We can't move anywhere. Let's do this little bear dozer roll. Like that right there. And then have you attack both of these guys. Boom. Like that. See how that goes. Boom. What are you gonna do, big guy? Oh, yeah. We're gonna move behind you. We're gonna maul your big ugly butt. And then you are going here and attacking this guy like so. Boom! See how that goes. Man, it's so slow killing these guys with this armor on, man, or the big guy. It takes forever. It's always about being higher. Higher than your opponent. Let's see. Let's see if we can get rid of this guy. 22. We go here. Actually, we go here. And then bear dozer to here. That might be proved useful rather. And then we'll spear damage this guy. See how that goes. Boom, boom. Such little damage on that move. I'm not even sure it's worth it. And how'd you get collision on that? Can y'all tell me how they got collision on that move? That's some bulls, what that was. Either one's dead. Let's take him off. Boom, boom. And then you just come over here and backstab this guy. Let's get it done. Boom. Booyah! She was hiding in the bush. Did you see that? Aww. Aww. Wow, you were amazing. Think you could teach me a few of those moves? I'd love to add those flaming swords to my arsenal. Yes, it would go nicely with your squealing loudly while spraying boats in our enemy's general direction. I don't squeal. That was my fighter yell, you know, to strike fear in our enemies. You did have some interesting techniques, though. Where'd you learn those moves, swordsman? While training under masters the world over, bit by bit. With each choice and every challenge, I built this destiny. Wait, so you think destiny isn't the place a person is going? That is the skills you learn on the way. Not quite. Destiny is a place a person is going because of how he walks his path. Wait, so when the oracle says something like, I've heard enough of this heretical philosophy. Die on it, don't say that. He's just got his own ideas about the way fate works. Plus, he's an experienced adventurer. He probably knows all about avoiding bandit ambushes, escaping flaming ships as they crumble into the ocean, fighting cannibal sorcerers on top of mountains in the rain, tricking corrupt kings, and escaping with a lovely princess in his arms. I think he should travel with us. You don't get to make that decision. Excuse me, sir. What do you want? I agree with Nefeli. With the challenges we face and the deadly powers of our foes wield, it would be strategically advantageous to, listen, Skylax, I don't think you're going to find your true fire. I think it's a myth, and you're going to die chasing it. But I need your help stopping the Mad God King from conquering Greece, so if you don't mind delaying your self-righteous suicide, we could use your blade at our side. Please. It's a privilege to fight by your side. Maybe on this journey I can finally just thank you, Artos. My name is Diona. Bum bum bum. By Artemis, what happened here? It looks like the Agora has been torn apart by riots. But why hasn't Socrates stopped them? You there, what's going on? Why hasn't Socrates restored order? Have you been living in a cave? Socrates has been killed. By Zeus, no. Who no one knows for sure. Callias is trying to convince Athens it was a Theban, but that doesn't make any sense. That swine. Sparta and the rest of Greece are under threat from Artaxerxes, and he chooses now to become a tyrant? It's almost too perfect. Do you think he could be working with Artaxerxes? I would expect nothing less from a serpent-tongued, guileful, shameless Athenian politician. And that's where we're going to call it today, guys. It's been the Fat Rogue Sarenixen. I want you to enjoy your day, enjoy your lives, and keep on gaming, y'all. And may God bless you. You know he loves you. Over and out.